Hi class, on today's subject I want to speak about mycorrhizal fungi and their relationship with plants. I thought this was a very interesting topic that maybe some of you guys might find interesting, so I decided to speak on this. So to start off, mycorrhizal fungi is basically a symbiotic, mutualistic relationship between fungi and plants. So the way it works is that fungi has these little things called hyphae, which are essentially like roots to plants, and they attach themselves to the roots of plants, and they benefit off each other by the tree will give off sugars that they make from photosynthesis, and the fungi will give out water and nutrients to the plant. The fungi have a the fungi hyphae are a lot smaller than the roots of a tree, so they're better able to gather water than trees are. So in comparison of the size between the fungi hyphae and a tree's roots would be my finger being the size of a tree root and my hair being the size of a hyphae. So there's a huge difference. The surface to volume ratio is a lot different, and that's why the fungi can absorb so much water and nutrients. So that's just a little gist of the of how the system works. And the reason why this is so cool is because on this specific article, they decided to see what would be the outcome if they changed the difference between highly shaded areas to bright areas, and what would the outcome be of the colonization of the roots, and how much fungi would be in there. So on this article, they did this with 8 different species, and the outcome was pretty interesting. They found out that when the seedlings are small and they are under bright areas, they tend to grow quicker because the mycorrhizal fungi is giving them all the water and nutrients, and the plants themselves are able to create sugars through photosynthesis using the water from the fungi and the bright sun. So they're able to produce more sugars, and in return the fungi is giving them more water. So that helps them out grow faster when they're smaller and have a lot of sunlight. On the other hand, when you have them under shaded areas, they tend to, instead of being a mutualism relationship, it turns into a parasitic relationship where the fungi is actually so draining so much nutrients from the plants, or actually sugars from the plants, and not giving enough water in return. So this causes the plant itself to lose a lot of energy and not have enough water supply. So sometimes it will end up dying. But what was cool about this is when people usually talk about the symbiotic relationship between plants and fungi, they always see it as a mutualistic relationship, and they ended up finding that the cases can be different when they're under a shaded area because they don't have enough sunlight to produce a lot of sugars through photosynthesis, so they can't give out as much um, sugars as the other plant that had a lot of sunlight. So that was very interesting to me, and I felt like that was something that I should share on because it's pretty cool. And also, it helps us in many ways, especially when there's a forest fire or logging going on. We get to see how plants actually make it, um, and that there's different species that react different to the fungi and are able to grow a lot faster, whereas the other ones are not able to do as much. So this allows us to see which species and what different plants are able to grow better after a forest fire or major logging events. Um, so this can help out with land management and the prediction of species growth, so like that we can be better informed and just do better with our environment. So I just felt like this was very interesting, and I hope you guys